Okay, so this is how you are going to know if you have a woman or a little girl. Okay, so a little girl, she is going to hinder you all the way around. A woman, she is going to help you grow in ways that you could never imagine. A little girl focuses on everybody else, while a grown woman focuses on herself. A little girl will run around here embarrassing you, but a grown woman, she gonna shut shit down immediately. A little girl can help you spend money, but a real woman can help you get that money. A little girl will have you in so many problems, but a real woman, she gonna make sure them problems don't even land at your doorstep. Last one. A little girl is selfish, but a real woman, oh, she gonna compromise.
Fellas, so we surrounded by a bunch of girls out here. Like, what's really going on? Talk to me. Talk to me, baby. Talk to me. Hey, before we get into it, man, because we got a lot to unpack here based off what she said. It's your favorite everything, JR Wisdom. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button along with the bell. That way you receive all the notifications for all of my future videos that have content like this. Let's run it up to 100,000. Quit playing with me. So, like I said, guys, I guess it's a ton of little girls out here. Because she named off some stuff that is basically what men are looking for, what you think would be common in relationships when it comes to giving. But it seems like Pookie always gets these benefits. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm just talking trash. But it does, like, all jokes aside. It seems like Pookie ends up a lot of times with the women, for lack of a better term, and they end up becoming jaded, and when they go into the next relationship, they'll become the little girl, right? But that's a whole different dynamic there. So some of the things she said, basically, a little girl will hinder you while a grown woman will help you. A lot of times we get in these relationships and we think that we're dealing with a woman, but it's kind of hard these days, at least, from my experience and other guys I know, coming across a woman who's actually wanting to help you, who's actually, when I say help, doesn't mean that you don't already have your stuff together, but just to expand the empire, if you know what I mean. Expand the empire, contribute in that aspect, and not just take away. Not just looking, because a lot of these things we hear women saying, they're looking for a guy, and the things that they're looking for is just to be able to take, instead of saying, hey, I want to get in a relationship because I'm going to give him something other than some pussy. You know what I'm saying? That's neither here nor there, but just my thoughts. I could be off. She goes into saying a little girl is for everyone else instead of a grown woman being for herself. So I think unless a woman is completely detached from this social media, she has to feed something. You'll get some women who are comfortable with themselves, who are basically homebodies, who's basically all for you. And I'm not saying she has to be boring or whatever just because she's a homebody or she's all about herself, but she realizes that the attention that she gets outside, it doesn't really mean anything. It's just like a drug, you know what I mean? Which is, attention is a hell of a drug. And a lot of women, a freak for attention has no moral compass. They'll do whatever. Hence the girl that she's talking about for everyone else, as opposed to a woman just being about herself. She goes on to say, basically, a little girl will embarrass you. You have women who get off on embarrassing you and will make it a point to embarrass you and shame you, which is a very ultra feminine, which you don't hear men trying to embarrass women, but women will get off on that in a moment. Or she'll try and embarrass you in front of your homies, in front of your people, in front of your family, or basically just talk about you in a negative way to her friends, and they all know about it, and then come back and smile in your face. Meanwhile, a woman who's solid, she keeps all that. She, what's that whole song? I won't tell you your secrets with was it Alicia Keys and who else? I forgot who else. Your secrets are safe with me, baby. Whatever goes on is between us. You know what I mean? It's not for everybody else to know about. But it's rare that you do come across a woman like that that's solid as well. She goes into saying spending money versus helping getting money, which kind of goes along with hindering and helping. You encounter a lot of women, like I said, They'll spend that money and they don't care, they don't even think about the future in terms of, hey, this man is spending all this money, he's doing this, I know that this is in his income, but at the end of the day, I don't care if he buys me this bag, this and this, or that we have this coming up, as long as my needs are fulfilled and in the moment it makes me happy, instead of thinking about the future of the relationship and whether this guy is going to be broke. Even though a man should use his common sense to know how much money he's able to spend, but a woman who's really trying to contribute to your empire, she's going to come up with ideas. She's going to help out in ways to make your life easier, because she may see things that you may not see, which I think is very important to have a woman like that. But some guys, they spend so much of the relationship trying to please a woman, and they're spending their money for a trophy wife, trying to please her, making sure she looks good. And that stuff gets old, and you're burnt out, and you're like, after you're burnt out and she's gone, then what? And you're like, I got a dime, but the maintenance cost of it is expensive, and she's not doing anything to kind of contribute, even if it's to get some connections for me, to help, to make money. You got to help somebody else make money. You know what I'm saying? So if you're my partner, which a lot of you guys don't like using that, if you're supposed to be an asset on the team, it's supposed to be this cohesive situation, not necessarily you getting out there and busting your ass to work, but kind of, be my support system in terms of trying to, not trying to, but coming up with ideas or ways that I can do things better, or lightening the load, for lack of a better term. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see things in terms of that. Problems versus no problems. I can't talk about this enough. A lot of guys get into these situations with women where nothing but red flags in the beginning, and they even marry these women with nothing but red flags, arguing. She's dealing with other men, got problems with the family, got problems with her kids, just all types of foolishness that's going on, that they, with arms wide open, welcoming into their lives, which they I guess they thinking that they can handle it then, or even issues with drugs and usage and things like that. And before you know it, it gets out of hand, and he's like, what did I get myself into? But you did it to yourself, which is what fellas, do a lot of times. But not saying that you want to be with a woman that doesn't cause problems. And if any problems come up, she's going to help you solve them, or try to put you at ease with it, or be your support system in that, instead of just making it worse, causing more problems. You don't want a woman that brings on more problems to you. If that's the case, you're better off by yourself. Facts. Selfish versus compromising. Once again, we go into relationships to give, not to take. So if you're dealing with a woman, you can tell off top she's selfish, doesn't care how you're doing. It's all about how she's doing. All she does is talk about herself. She doesn't care about what you got going on. It's all about what she's got going on. Her bills need to be paid. Her nails, this, that, and the third. You express some things and she's just like, okay, and then this goes on. You don't need to be dealing with a woman like that, or some issues, some things, even communication. She wants to communicate. If there's an issue that comes up and you address it, and instead of her gaslighting and the whataboutism, she actually sits down and wants to talk with you. You know what I'm saying? Or compromise on an issue that you don't like, or vice versa, man. That's what having a healthy relationship is about. But some people are just like, forget it, man. You know what I'm saying? So, though, I understand that, but how many women are actually out here? Anyway, I want to hear from y'all below. I know the ladies gonna comment on this, but fellas, let me hear. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit me up on Linktree to book a one-on-one with yours truly. Purchase all my books, merch, t-shirts. It helps to support the channel. Follow me on Instagram. Much blessings and abundance. I appreciate you guys for rocking with me. Listen, this is wisdom. Stick around for the next video, and that's where I'm going to see you guys at. I'm out of here. Peace.
It's God's the beat maker.
And I don't know. I will put a light in the sky for the G's that done turn memory from go. Blessings we send to the ghetto youth.